Are you still in that?
I have not. I haven't gone to a therapist in a while. But like, you know, it definitely helped though. Like, no lie. Like, you know, one thing that frustrates me too is like, as men, I feel like people don't want to go to the therapist because it's like, we're men. We're supposed to
There's
be
a stigma, man.
exactly,
You can't be doing
100%.
that.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like, honestly, like, you know, like I feel like there's nothing better than, like, you know, getting something off your chest and just being like, you know, like,
No shame.
yeah, this is what's pissing me off. Like, you know, it's like you don't have to bottle things in because, like, in reality, that's just going to eat you up and that's just going to
Absolutely.
keep eating you up.
It's a very old mindset to think like, no, you got to deal with it yourself.
100%.
It's like now there's people who can help you. Like, why wouldn't you go out and get that help? You know?
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah, and I was that is very interesting because I was like talking to you guys off camera about that when I kind of had the same thing, and that's something I can relate to because we've talked about it before. People from a small town, we don't have that understanding of like a higher level to where when you get that level, it's very mentally draining because you're constantly thinking about your mistakes. You're constantly thinking about how you can get better.
Exactly.
And I remember when I was playing for a semi-pro team called Victory in Petaluma in 2017, I had a head coach, shout out to Stephen Purdy, but he was like helping me out a lot. He was like a mentor to me because he played the same position as I did. And he played at the professional level. He played second Bundesliga. He played in the MLS.
Damn.
And there was a time where I won my position as center back during the season and I got hurt. And while I was hurt that time, like during that time, it was like a period of 4 to 5 weeks. And he would do like one-on-one coaching. He's like, hey, if you want, like we could do like performance psychology one-on-one. I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. Like it's better than just sitting here. And essentially what it was is like all these things that when he was pro, he was paying for, like helping him out because he said he suffered with the same thing. He's like, look, I was super inconsistent because at that next level, everybody's good. Like what can separate me from everyone else, you know? And he was saying that like after he started taking these like courses and like paying for these performance psychologists, he would like get like he started playing for the national team, played for El Salvador, playing against Chicharito, played against our boy Tony Cruz. Like he was playing against like the best players, bro. Like and it was so sick, yeah, bro. Like it was so cool for him to just take me under his wing and show me all that. And he was like we basically did like this plan, this performance psychology plan. It was like a 5-step plan, and it was like. The first plan was like create a long-term goal, a 2-year goal. That's what I chose. I chose 2 years, like within here to 2 years. And he was like, be as ambitious, be as detailed as possible.
What did you pick?
And I was like, within 2 years, like I'm going to be playing professional in Mexico. I'm going to be doing this. My number's going to be this. Like, I'm like, and then like, yeah, it was fucking sick. And basically, bro, it was so cool because like each week we would kind of go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to where at the end, detail, yes, bro. And at the end, essentially what it is, it's like for like, I'm going to give you an example. If I were talking to you a few months ago and you were telling me, look, I'm asking you, how is your curriculum going to look like in the fall for your students? For those that don't know, you're a teacher.
Right.
And you don't know, but you can have an idea of what it's going to be like to where you're giving me like, oh, well, we're going to be online. So I'm going to do this for the first hour. We're going to eat together like on the Zoom meeting. We're going to do mathematics and then we're going to do this and this and this. It hasn't happened yet. Yeah. But you're training yourself or you already have your mind in that.
You're envisioning what is going to happen.
So when it happens, you're not surprised.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
essentially it was like that. Like you're shooting for the stars. So if you hit anything under it, like that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I've accomplished a lot. Right. And then also it's like when you get to that point, it's not a surprise to you because you've trained your mind into thinking about that. Right. And that's what he was saying. He was like you would train a muscle, like you would train to get a higher vertical, like doing squats, explosive workouts, box jumps. You do the same thing with your mind. Yeah. And a lot of people don't do that. Yeah. And that was something I had to kind of like get out of my shell to do. And at the time it was kind of embarrassing because you're like, well, I want to do this. And you're kind of like expecting him to shut you down. Like, dude, you're not going to play pro.
Yeah. You're
but
crazy.
it's like, dude, he was like, dude, yeah, of course. Like shoot higher. I'm like, no, this is good. And I wish I would have shot higher because who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like your mindset probably would have changed. But essentially the step 1 was to create a long-term goal. Step 2 was short-term measurable goals. So that was like, I want to run the Cooper under 12 minutes. Okay. I want to run a sub 6 mile. I want to run 15 tower runs without stopping, continuous under 30 seconds. There's like towers in Mendocino College that we would run for fitness. So it was all these fitness plans because I thought if I needed to be better, I needed to get more fit because that was always my issue. Right. And I could be able to play at my best for longer if I was more fit. Right. So obviously you work on your touches, you do all these things, you get more practice in, you hit long balls. So that was all part of the plan, but it was like measurable goals that you can see results after like a week or two. So you could look back and be like, okay, instead of having to wait those 2 years to kind of look back and see.
Right. Yeah.
So those measurable goals were almost like steps to get to the top of the stairs. It's each step that you're getting to your long-term goal.
Gotcha.
Step 3 was creating an alter ego, and that was the sickest one because you get to see, like, in your position, you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
You get to see, I want to scramble like Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I want to throw like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Right.
I want to play call. I want to call audibles like Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So you're picking, and so it forces you to analyze these players' games. In my position, I was saying I want to be aggressive like Casemiro. I want to be confident like Sergio Ramos. I want to find the pass. I want to find the through ball. I want to find the forward at their feet. Like, what's his name? Freaking center back, Benucci. For Juventus.
Yeah.
So I was like analyzing their games, watching their gameplay. So it's like studying the film and breaking these fools apart to see what can I apply to my game. And then he was telling me, what I found super fascinating was that, like, when he did it, he called it sports psychology. Like, the people that were teaching him would call it sports psychology, but he was like, dude, you can apply this to anything.
Yeah.
You can apply this to a relationship. You can apply this to a business. You can apply this to a career, to sports, to anything. So it's performance. Anywhere where you're performing and you rely on your performance, it's performance psychology.
You find someone who's doing what you want to do at the highest level. Okay, what is he doing? And then I gotta do what he's doing.
How do I do that? That's why people are so fascinated in, like, how did Warren Buffett invest so much? So now they start analyzing what he does, what he reads, the reports that he reads, the little details that people don't usually read that he reads. So now people start to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they improve their performance by just analyzing that guy. So it was super interesting, and he was like telling me, like, a lot of players, like, they kind of like switch that on. It's like an alter ego. You're like getting in character. And it was so interesting that he said that, because I remember my freshman year, I had a freshman learning community. I was taking a philosophy class, and it was a class of like 125 students, and it would be broken up into discussion groups. So basically it would be like the lecture would be on Monday, and my group would meet literally right after that class, which was kind of shitty. The other section would meet on Wednesday, and we would meet right after that class in another hall. And that was like a smaller discussion group, and we would have to break up and like later on in the year we did what are they called? Presentations. So we'd have to read a paper, do a report, and present on it. And during the presentation, like, that process, like, the teacher was like telling us, like, look, I understand you guys are going to be nervous. You guys are freshmen. You guys haven't done this before. Like, just understand that when I get up here and I talk to you guys, I'm not comfortable. I still get nervous before every lecture. He's like, but I get into character. He's like, and I thought that was so weird. And he was like, I get into character. I act like somebody that likes talking in front of people. And dude, you would never see it, because this guy is the most chill, most calm, most cool, relaxed, probably one of the best professors I've ever had. Dude. And it was just so weird to see. And then finally, when I'm studying this and when I'm kind of applying it to myself, I'm saying, dude, like, this is normal. Like, this is almost like I haven't seen it from this lens before, to where when I start applying it, like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Now I do it every time. And then, like, the step 4 was like sidestepping adversity. And then I forget what step 5 was, but basically it was like a 5-step plan. And after that, dude, it was like night and day. Like, now, like, I don't think about being inconsistent. I don't think about playing bad.
Your confidence is already built that time.
Dude, like,
because you already prepared yourself mentally.
It's that's what I'm saying, dude. It's all mental. Like, it's not even like I got slower, or a lot of times it's conditioning. But like, it's just understanding, like, look, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I need to play like I'm good.
Most definitely.
And like, dude, that was like one of the biggest things, is playing at that higher level that I struggled with. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand a player like you're in position, like, where they're recruiting local talents from big cities like Sonoma, like Cardinal Newman you just mentioned, bro. Like, they have a good reputation, and we're coming from Fort Bragg. Nobody knows where that is. Like, I have to tell my teammates from LA, like, where's that? Oh, it's near San Francisco.
I just have to say about 4.5 hours.
And then everybody always thinks it's in Oregon, or it's in
right. Like, no, we're not Bragg. Is that a military base?
No.
I'm like, nah.